We're live. Come on, David. You gotta be on. You gotta
Sorry.
be the timing. It's gotta be. That's how we welcome people into MCU Mondays. Welcome to MCU Mondays. What are the look? Great shirts. They're available. You can find those in the description. I'm your host, Chris. I'm always happy to be here on a wonderful MCU Marvel Monday here on Geek News Now. I'm joined by my co-host Debbie, partner in crime, my on-air therapist, my keep calm and carry on partner. Debbie, how are you tonight?
I'm very good. Very exciting weekend from San Diego Comic-Con.
We have tons to talk about tonight. We certainly do. So we're going to get right to it in just a second after I finish introducing the panel here. We also have David down below us. He is often here. David, how you doing today?
Great. Can't wait.
David, of course, is another host of he's the Star Wars show host, the Cantina Happy Hour, Thursday nights at 9:30 Eastern. You go there, talk about Star Wars. That's the Geek News Now Star Wars chat. But for tonight, we're talking about Marvel, and we're joined by another special guest tonight, another member of the Geek News Now team, a member of the Geek Gauntlet team as well, Mr. Shaw down below us. Mr. Shaw, how are you?
I'm good. How are y'all? What's up?
Doing good. Glad to have you with us as we get into the action today. We're going to be talking all about the San Diego Comic-Con and a lot of exciting announcements. Tons of Marvel stuff happened there. Tons of other stuff happened there as well. But of course, this is MCU Mondays. We're going to try and stick to the Marvel stuff as much as possible. And since there's so much to talk about, let's just get that theme song going and then get right into it.
You should just cue the music.
I'm so glad you left that in.
Had to keep the ending. That's too perfect. Fits too well. And I really liked how it fit after Abomination because we had some clips there from the trailers we're going to be watching tonight because we had new trailers come out for She-Hulk and Wakanda Forever. Those are a couple of the first things we're going to be talking about. And also started off tonight's with Deadpool, which is appropriate with the announcement that Deadpool, Deadpool 2, and Logan are going to be coming to Disney Plus. R-rated films coming to Disney Plus.
They're already there.
Yeah, they're there.
I
They're
mean,
there. I've
I've
already
Disney Plus.
watched them on Disney Plus. Just to say, I watched an R-rated movie on Disney Plus.
Well, I mean, I didn't need to wait for Disney Plus because obviously I'm going to have those movies. But yes, they are now available on Disney Plus if you're looking for them. But you might have to go check your parental controls. You're going to have to check those parental controls to make sure you're set to watch the adult stuff because obviously since it's Disney, they want to have that clearly separated. I've already seen petitions by parents groups that are angry about R-rated films, I guess, apparently existing. Like, you can't have R-rated films on your streaming service? I think you're insane. You're just a crazy person. So they own the movies. They're putting them out now, and they've made a clear barrier. So make sure your parental settings are checked to allow you to watch those, and then you can enjoy Deadpool, Deadpool 2, and Logan. And that comes with the announcement that Deadpool 3 is on its way and going to be rated R. So we will see. That will be the first Deadpool under the House of Mouse. So we'll have to see about that. But that's it. Interesting news, fun news. They had a fun announcement where they were like, these other children's movies should already be rated R for the childhood trauma they inevitably caused. Like Old Yeller.
Old Yeller's on there. Yeah. Bambi.
That should be rated R. Yeah, Bambi. So check it out. Check out the Deadpool announcement. But let's get into what was actually happening at SDCC. And the first thing we really have to talk about is, as far as Marvel's concerned, is the end of Phase 4. So that's Phase 4, and as you're looking at it, everything on there has already come out except for She-Hulk and Wakanda Forever. So let's talk about She-Hulk first. We've got a trailer. Let's check it out. This was released over the weekend.
Wow! Jeez, what the hell, man?
Still in control, no overwhelming feelings of rage.
No! A normal amount of rage!
You do revert back to Gen form when you sleep.
Was the air horn really necessary?
For comedy, absolutely. This is a multi-year journey you're about to embark on.
Yes.
Yeah. Who's your best friend?
Nikki.
Spandex. Spandex is your best friend. Being a Hulk asks for balance. You have so much more to learn. Yes!
So I'm clearly nailing it at all of these things.
If you want to go back to your life as a lawyer, I respect that.
He doesn't mean that.
Fourth wall break.
More and more eccentric superhumans are coming out of the woodwork. We're going to launch a division for them, and I want the She-Hulk to be the face of it.
Jennifer Waters.
Namaste.
I have a serious conflict of interest. This man tried to kill my cousin, Bruce.
Yeah, that's quite all right.
Oh. People only care because I'm representing Emil Blonsky.
I think they care because they're like, hey, that girl's great.
Jen, do your thing.
God, I really like this outfit.
I'm not proud of this.
Miss Walters, we answer to a higher power. Our universe is on the edge of a precipice.
I am a lawyer. We do things by the book.
The Book of Ashanti.
No, the Book of American Laws.
Whether you like it or not, you're now a superhero.
Let's do this. You know that friend you had in high school who was way cooler than you were, attractive, got all the attention from everyone? Hello.
I think I'm jealous. Is that what I'm feeling?
Jealous. Jealous Hulk.
Uh-oh.
Now that was the best thing about that trailer right there. Was that Daredevil. Or at least someone that possibly could be Daredevil. That could totally be a Marvel fake out.
It could, but I think at the convention that Feige confirmed, yes, Daredevil will appear in She-Hulk.
But there at the end of the trailer, she goes, "Whoa, jealous?" He's like, "Am I jealous?" Well, why wouldn't she be jealous? Everything you're trying to teach her, she already knows how to do better than you. The first half of this trailer was like, anything you could do, I could do better. But I don't even want to be a superhero. Gosh, look what they've done to Hulk. What do you think, Shah?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, definitely the scenes where she does everything better than he does, which on second glance kind of makes a little sense because he wasn't really putting enough effort and she was putting more effort. So, yeah, you know.
What do you think about the show overall? Is that one you're excited for?
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I'm glad that they did the whole breaking the fourth wall stuff. Like, that I was looking forward to. So, yeah, I'm interested.
Debbie?
I'm excited. This is gonna be a fun show.
They're
I think
definitely setting up the comedy.
They said,
yeah.
well, they said at the convention after they showed this, they said this is going to be Marvel's first. It'll be each episode will be 30 minutes, and it's going to be a comedy. It's going to be a sitcom. This will be the Marvel sitcom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So, yes,
I'm
it's going to be.
excited.
It'll be silly and funny, but whatever.
And I haven't heard anyone mention the Wrecking Crew.
Any what?
Because we on the Wrecking Crew that we saw in the trailer for a brief second. The boat retained, that was clearly one of the wrecking crew, and there was like 4 of them.
I don't know who they are.
They're kind of an old group. They get magic weapons that are like crowbar, a hammer, and stuff. They actually beat the Avengers at one point.
Is that maybe that's what Wong's talking about? Is the Chris froze.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun. He's got all the video clips too. Well, you know what? I've got the video clips, but I don't know that I can share here because I'm not in charge.
I don't think you can. But anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I love Tatiana. She was on a show called Orphan Black, and I mean, she was just fabulous on that show. So I'm looking forward to. She's also done Russian Doll, which I have not watched, but Orphan Black, she was really good. So I was excited when they announced her for She-Hulk.
There he is.
Nice of you to join us again.
Exciting stuff, yeah. It's really depressing because I thought I had that problem fixed, and clearly no. That's
obviously not.
Yep.
So we also see her nemesis. It's just for a split second or two, but that girl.
Yeah.
Tatiana. Now in the comics, she works for Dr. Doom. So it'd be interesting to see if because there's been lots of rumors in that he was going to appear in this, but
you know what? If they use this to introduce him, that's fine. I honestly think that they really made a big mistake here because when they did the whole teaser for, there you go. When they did the whole teaser for everything coming from Phase 4 and Phase 5 and blah blah blah, well, it ended with that 4 and everybody got all excited. It's like, oh, they're doing the Fantastic Four. They're finally doing the Fantastic Four. This was like last year or early this year. But everybody got all excited about Fantastic Four, and now we don't even see Fantastic Four until Phase 6. I mean, we got to go through a whole nother phase before they even show up. I'm like, you're in Phase 4. What better place to introduce the Fantastic Four? You're in Phase 4.
And that was the whole, look at the reveal. And if the only Fantastic Four we get in Phase 4 is Spaghetti, they're fantastic. From Multiverse of Madness.
I can't believe they wouldn't show up in some of these other shows, even if it's just here and there. I mean, not major players, but
Wakanda Forever would be another time because the Black Panther was first introduced through the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
You could do it through the Marvels too, because I can't think. Monica Rambeau had they told her, hey, here's our physicist friend, and he's got this ship, and it can get through. So maybe they pop up in the Marvels. Maybe the physicist friend who we got boned on in WandaVision is actually Mr. Fantastic.
We shall see. But, speaking of the Fantastic Four and wanting to see them, and I mean, we'll talk about them more when we get to Phase 6, if we get to that in this stream, which we should. Let's move on to Wakanda Forever. I think that one has probably got a bigger hype going for it than She-Hulk. Nothing against She-Hulk, but try and tell me otherwise.
She-Hulk has had trailers out for a while now,
right?
And so this is like new.
Yes, and so this is new. Well, I would also say just in general, like also She-Hulk. I mean, it has the Hulk in it, but it's not kind of the Hulk that even Hulk fans have been wanting to see. Like Hulk fans have been wanting to see like really strong, powerful Hulk, and this already looks like he's not even as strong as She-Hulk. So I don't know. For me personally, I'm just like, I mean, it's going to be cool to see She-Hulk, but at some point, I kind of wanted to see more of the Hulk being the Hulk. He got whooped by Thanos, and then we never saw him again. Yep. So that makes me sad, but She-Hulk. But Wakanda Forever, I mean, of course, there's Chadwick Boseman is gone. And so actually, let's just watch the trailer because I think the trailer informs a lot of that. So here we go. Wakanda Forever.
No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Hey, little darling, don't shed no tear. No woman, no cry. Good friends we have and good friends we've lost along the way. In this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears, I say.
November. All right, so let's start with Shagan. What were you thinking about after we're seeing that trailer?
I'm interested. I mean, I was worried about Namor, but it's pretty good. Though he's normally looks Asian, but whatever. It's just look good. They're gonna do stuff. They pay homage to Chadwick, and yeah, it looks good. It looks good.
Yeah, that looks like a funeral type scene there where everyone wearing white. White can also be a funeral color. And so, yeah, there's a lot happening here, a lot with Wakanda, a lot of they show that, Black Panther at the end, but we don't know who's going to be in that Black Panther suit yet. And there we have, looks like the birth of Namor. And it looks like Namor is going to be some sort of Mayan Aztec relationship there, as well as Atlantis. So some sort of mixture of those things. And I guess that's going to have a huge impact on the story. I don't exactly know how these things are going to be coming together. What do you guys think, Debbie, David?
I thought this was a beautiful trailer. I get goosebumps every time I watch it. Yeah. When they're in the white, and when they show the overshot and it shows Marvel Studios and they're having that parade, you can see Shuri carrying his helmet, the Black Panther helmet. I thought that was nice. And I had seen a couple of other reaction videos where people actually translated what was said in what they say is his tomb, which looks like a mighty big tomb. But yeah, I think they're going to do justice as far as celebrating not only Black Panther, but also Chadwick.
You also have pretty clearly, oh, gee, is that an Iron Heart?
Riri.
And Martin Freeman. You can't forget Martin Freeman.
The Tolkien white guy.
There was two of them in the first Black Panther.
I know. Well, they were actually Tolkien because they were
Tolkien.
the only guys in The Hobbit.
Hobbit.
And they were the only two white guys. Yeah,
Two white guys.
Tolkien, white
guys.
Tolkien.
So there.
And so yes, so now we've got Riri, who's going to be the Iron Man's successor. Iron Heart. Literally, I mean, there's what appears to be an Iron Heart. So, boom.
We can take a safe assumption there, I think.
Yeah, so we don't exactly know what role she's going to play in this, though. I mean, this is going to be her introduction. Is she living in Wakanda? I mean, she must have something to do with these events. So how is she going to play into this? I don't know. I don't. We get some more Namor there. He's got the
So is Namor because of the nature of Namor? I know he's what is it? Venom anti-hero.
Mm-hmm.
So is he going to be the main bad of this movie, or is there going to be something else completely happening that him and Wakanda are going to have to fight each other at the first and then go, oh, we need to join to beat this big bad?
Well, it certainly looks
It
like
looks-
right
yeah,
there.
It looks like they're fighting, yeah.
So I have to whack him in the back of the head.
That there's another character that was shown earlier, the one that was in that big headdress. I think he's like tricking them into fighting, so that's probably what's happening.
Maybe
That
it's
makes
one of
sense.
it's one of those things where it's we're gonna get you guys to fight each other, and then I can take over both kingdoms, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like
basically.
what Loki was doing in the Avengers.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Aquaman was doing in the
Yeah,
Aquaman
basically.
movie.
I kind of wonder if you remember back in, I believe it was Endgame, and they have Rhodey and Marvel, or Captain Marvel, and the Dora Maji or whatever.
They're in their conference room. Yes.
Yeah, and she makes mention of like an earthquake out in the ocean.
Yeah.
So I kind of wonder if anything here has anything to do with that, because during Angela Bassett's, the Queen Mother, during her speech, which was very powerful, but she makes mention how she's lost her whole family. And my first thought was, hello, Shuri, but she was snapped. So I think we're going to get flashbacks of stuff that happened, or maybe not flashbacks. Maybe that's where they'll start, is during the snap, because Shuri's gone and, you know, she's lost everybody. So
Yeah, but well,
And that could have led her to take, because Chadwick Boseman, or the Black Panther, was also snapped.
Mm-hmm.
So that could very much show like what she was doing during those 5 years. Maybe she started taking a much darker path because of that. And so for 5 years, who knows what she's been doing as possibly the leader of Wakanda for that time. It certainly, she says she's the queen of the strongest nation on earth. So it certainly seems like, and there she's wearing all black, and that, who knows, that could be like when Shuri comes back.
mhm.
So yeah, there's definitely a lot that we don't know what's been going on with Wakanda and its power structure. And especially when you consider that the first Black Panther was a lot about who was going to rule in the first place. So if she kept power, she probably had to do something to keep it.
And who are these guys?
Damage
control?
damage control.
Oh God.
And what's that?
I'm just wondering why do the Atlanteans look like they belong? Because I saw it the first time. I'm like, oh, it's a commercial for Avatar. Oh no, it's not.
Well, blue. I mean, they would also paint themselves blue, but that could also.
Yeah, they're blue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
they're
going to
blue.
say that could also. Well, I'm not done. All right. Maybe that's why they would paint themselves blue, is to try and look like whoever those guys are.
They're not painted. They're actually blue.
I know that the people we saw in the trailer actually are blue. I know that. I'm saying that Aztecs would also would do that. Okay.
I got you. I'm
Okay.
tracking now.
But those people in there, but maybe that's why they were doing, you know what I mean? Okay. It's because they saw these guys and were like, oh, look, blue. I want to be like them. But I realize that the people in the trailer are blue. Yes.
There was an awful lot of blue in this trailer.
Well,
you know, you can. Well, yeah, I mean, I get that. And I enjoy the symbolism of it all.
Well, the Dora Milaje also are quite often, with the red.
Mm-hmm.
So red and blue, classic. And look, you've got them in red facing the blue. That goes back. Look, that's Empire Strikes Back.
I just noticed they're all on wires.
Well, yeah, they can't fly. They don't have superpowers.
I don't know. I was just wondering, are they just jumping down and catching the guys as they fall, or is this going to be we're going to try and spring back up kind of thing? Or is this oops, we forgot to block out the wires in our trailer?
I doubt that. But they're not, like I said, they're not superheroes. They can't just fly back up. Otherwise, they're just jumping into the water, which I feel like is a bad place to be if you're fighting Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So
okay, fine.
All right.
I see the wires. The movie magic is over.
Unless you're supposed to.
And then,
yeah, like special forces guys when they're running down the side of a building, they can't fly. So those people can't fly. So I assume. And they're probably vibranium wires. All right. So yeah. And after that, we're going to be moving into phase 5. So we got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which is apparently going to be our first look at Kang.
And okay, so I was watching, since obviously we didn't get to go to San Diego Comic-Con, which is really sad. Yeah.
Bill Murray
and MODOK.
Mm-hmm.
Is that? Oh yeah, shot of MODOK. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, when IGN was sitting there talking about it, they're like, "So Bill Murray's going to be MODOK?" And then they did this thing where they superimposed Bill Murray's face on the MODOK body. It was hilarious. No, I don't even want to see that right now.
Yeah, there's I seen a couple of real short clips, and it must have been taken by the same guy you were talking about earlier about, the angle of the camera because it looked flat. But and you really couldn't hear too much except for, Scott makes a comment about he's an Avenger, and Kang says, "You're an Avenger. Didn't I kill you before? Or have I killed you before?" And then when who plays Kang? Is it Jonathan Majors?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, when he was on stage there, he said there'll be lots of conquering.
Yeah, he's in multiple versions of Kang.
Yep. Well, he is Kang the Conqueror. If he didn't do any conquering, he'd be like, why did they give you that name?
What's the point? It's like Gore the God Butcher, except he only butchered 2 gods. But whatever.
Yeah. But Ant-Man and the Wasp is definitely one that I was looking forward to, just because we're gonna get that Kang connection. So, and that's also, it's the one that's starting off phase 5, so it might start it off with somewhat of a Kang. Phase 5 starts with a Kang.
And I think Kevin Feige, when he was on stage, or maybe it was an after interview or something, he said something about seeing many versions of Kang in that movie.
Multiverse.
The phase.
What was that?
Not through just that movie, through all the different movies during phase 5 and 6 that we're going to see different versions.
Oh yeah, because it's also, think about what's else. It's the multiverse saga.
Yeah.
And that's what they talked about in Loki, that there was a multiversal war. The only reason there weren't multiple Kangs out conquering and doing stuff was because he who remains kind of looped it off, so that couldn't happen. Now that's been undone, so we have chances for multiple Kangs doing all kinds of multiple multiverse nonsense. Let's see. Which, speaking of nonsense, Secret Invasion. Spring 2023. Kobe Smulders is going to be back as Maria Hill. It's got Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury and Ben Mendelsohn as the Skrull Talos.
Yes.
Don Cheadle is going to be in it. Martin Freeman, who we just saw in that Wakanda Forever trailer, so he might be getting a bigger presence in these MCU films.
He'll be the new Phil.
Amelia Clark is also apparently in this. So,
this is a Disney Plus though, right? This isn't a movie.
Yeah, Disney Plus.
That's what I thought. Because there's some of the pretty big names from the movie.
You can see. Let's see.
Yeah,
it says Disney. It says Disney.
You
Plus
see Disney Plus underneath.
Yeah. So
Echo, Disney Plus, Loki 2, Disney Plus. The Marvels
is in a theater. Ironheart is a Disney Plus.
Blade is
a movie.
Blade's a movie.
Ironheart's Disney Plus. Daredevil's Disney Plus. Agatha Disney Plus. Captain America: New World Order, and Thunderbolts. Those are big. So we'll get to them. But so Secret Invasion, yes, that is also Disney Plus.
I'm also told that Chloe Bennett, aka Daisy Johnson, was going to be in it, but as a different version of the character.
Variant.
Yeah,
variant. Yeah. So that I think,
Quake?
or as a variant of
Quake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I think would please fans of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that show. I watched all of it. So,
yeah.
Let's see. And after that, we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That James Gunn has been doing well. I mean, he did great with those Guardians movies. I very much enjoyed his Suicide Squad. And since this is the end of this version of the Guardians of the Galaxy, essentially, I think he's probably planning on going out with some sort of nonsense. I don't know.
Yeah, they said that they actually shot a bunch of different characters dying so that no one knows exactly who dies in the end.
Yeah, but didn't Feige come out or not Feige, James Gunn come out and say this will probably be the last one with Drax in it?
Yeah. I think he said that. Yeah, and Chris Pratt
said that. Yeah, I don't know. You can't tell with Marvel. They like to troll and fake out, and so I'm not getting too upset about anything until I actually see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna see how Rocket became sentient. So we'll get some flashbacks.
There was and here's where I will jump in. There was a rough cut of the teaser from Guardians of the Galaxy 3 that was released online. I actually just got done watching it. In the teaser, yes, you see a small raccoon walking around, and everyone assumes, of course, that that's Rocket. He looks like Rocket. He's walking on all fours.
Because you can tell one adolescent raccoon from another.
Yeah, that's right.
It looks like him.
Yeah, sure, why not? But
the clip I seen was baby Rocket in some kind of enclosure, and then all you see is a human hand coming towards him, and he's like, and I was like, oh, baby Rocket.
Oh, and what's his name was in it too?
Sylvester Stallone?
No.
Will Poulter? Adam Warlock?
Adam Warlock, thank you.
Oh, Adam Warlock.
Yes, he was
finally paying off that.
Yeah, about time.
Well, I guess it was since the last.
Yeah, that's only been like 10 years now.
But I mean, that was the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I mean, if you want to get into it, you could be like, well, what about Infinity? They were in Infinity War, and they were in Thor, and they were in but it wasn't a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Exactly.
Yeah. And then this one too. This one caught my eye. The High Evolutionary is coming in, and somebody was saying that that's possibly because, and if any of you know better than me, because I have no clue. I just am repeating what they told me, was that the High Evolutionary used to do a lot of genetic
He's responsible
alterations,
for Rocket.
and that he's going to be the one responsible for creating Rocket. But they're also saying if the High Evolutionary is there and he's the one that's dealing with these genetic alterations and, you know, Rocket basically, and that may be another way for them to introduce, and here's why we have mutants. And now we have...
Mind you, we already have mutants already. Kamala and Namor.
High Evolutionary looks like purple RoboCop.
There you go.
I've seen the footage from, there you go, SDC. I was like, who is... But he was very, he really got into it when he got on stage. He was talking about, you know, our measly human race and how he was going to improve us, you know, genetically or something. Yeah, he really got into it.
Okay. Can we all get purple jumpsuits like you? Evolve me, High Evolutionary. He does look like a purple
just don't make the superhero suit purple. Or animated.
Or animated. Well, that's not animated. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Props to him though for showing up. I mean, in costume and
he was
getting into it.
Yeah,
absolutely. So, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, exciting stuff. James Gunn usually, no matter what, puts out something entertaining at the very least. So, definitely looking forward to that. And seeing what they have in store for the finale of the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, as it were. And after that, we got Echo. And Echo, if you're unfamiliar with who that character is, that was the character that in the MCU was introduced in Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And she, in the comics, is like an adoptive daughter of Wilson Fisk. And so she's tied in there. It looked like at the end of Hawkeye, spoiler alert, that she killed him. But, I mean, basically, I know. Yeah, okay. So they show her pointing a gun at him, and then they cut to, like, a rooftop, and then you hear a gunshot. It's like, okay. I didn't see it, so.
It didn't happen.
There's a comic book thing where he gets his eye shot out.
What was that?
There's a comic book thing where he gets his eye shot out, so he's alive, just missing an eye.
Okay, very good. Okay, I did not know that. So there's a comic book series where his eye is shot out, so maybe that is going to be what they're leaning into there. Okay.
And also,
Daredevil
will be in this too.
Is that confirmed? I mean, I know that they.
Yeah,
it's all that makes sense that Daredevil would be in it. I mean, especially if they're going to have him in She-Hulk, they'll probably have him popping up anytime they can in New
all
York.
Over the place.
They know how popular the character is, and I mean, there's that scene in Spider-Man: No Way Home where he shows up and people just lose it. And I was one of those people. And he just catches a brick, and that's the only thing he does in the movie. But everyone's like, "Yeah, he was in it." Woo! So he's going to be in She-Hulk. He's going to be in Echo
now. Woo!
Okay. So yeah, we got Echo. I'm on the wrong area. There we go. Loki season 2. That is going to be a big deal, I would imagine, seeing as Loki is where we're first introduced to He Who Remains and the Kang idea, as well as the whole time company and whatnot. Owen Wilson. It should be very interesting to see where they go with Loki season 2. I very much enjoyed Loki season 1. Let's see. So it's currently filming. It's going to debut in summer of 2023. So probably going to have more to do with Kang, but there's no real new information on that.
Yeah, we might get something in September for D3.
Yeah.
Yeah, D23.
Because it is filming, and it's not going to be out for another year. Blade, which tons of people have been looking forward to that. The closest thing we've gotten to seeing Blade so far is the after the credits bit in Eternals where he says something.
You got a voice. You didn't even get him. You got the
You didn't
voice.
get he was in the shadows.
And I assume, I mean, it would make sense that Kit Harington would be in this.
Probably.
I mean, I haven't seen any formal announcement for that, but it would make sense.
Wow. I'd like to see Wesley Snipes come in and do a cameo. Just I mean, not even I mean, just something fun
Anything.
and silly, yeah.
Anything at all.
Now, is this going to be? Are they going to R-rate this one? Do you think?
Might. I'm not sure.
I thought they were. I was gonna say. I mean, since they're bringing the R-rated stuff to the table, they might as well.
Can't tell you. They'll kill me. Kill you, motherfucker! I'll kill you. I'll just enjoy it better.
Like, come on.
Come on.
You gotta make that R. What else?
What's the matter? You missed that? It's okay, I can do it again.
Blade is one of those movies that's just more fun with an R rating, even if it's just for stuff like that, let alone the actual vampire killing and stuff, which, if you remember, the first Blade like opens with a blood shower rave, and then he starts killing people. Okay, like the blood shower comes before the killing starts.
Bad. Like he's like, you have 20 guys around him. I was there, man. He's got shit he throws at you. Then you like the sword.
Yeah, you got the sword.
Exactly.
Shit, yeah, you can throw it in the air, catch it underneath.
Exactly.
Yeah,
shut the fuck up.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
Yeah, so look, if you're bringing Deadpool to the table, if you're having stuff rated R, Blade is something that people are just going to be pissed off, I would think. What do you think, Mr. Shah?
It looks good. I mean, Blade is the movie that saved the Marvel back in the day, so kind of was worth a lot. So yeah, I'm interested.
Yes. Okay. So what else do we got after Blade? Ironheart. Ironheart, of course, we got our very first look in Black Panther Wakanda Forever in the trailer. So that's going to be a Disney Plus series. And who knows? I guess we'll know a little bit more about possibly where she's going to be at after we find out anything that happens in Wakanda Forever, because so far she has not actually been introduced in anything. So where is she? What is she up to? Does she already have the armor? It looked like she was making it in the Wakanda Forever series.
Wakanda Forever, yeah.
And if she's making it out of vibranium, I mean, hello. Good deal. Let's see. I hope that Blade is R to test the response fan, then unleash Deadpool. I think, like I was saying, I think the Blade movies themselves speak to it, and I think how popular Deadpool was. It's like the highest domestic R-rated film. It beat Passion of the Christ overseas.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Because he
said number 2, right under Passion of the Christ. We did better overseas because they have no religion over there.
So, let's see, but Ironheart. We don't know anything about it yet, except this little bit of information here. Basically, these things are so far out. We just know that they're on the way. Sometimes we know casting. For instance, Agatha. I think people were calling it House of Harkness originally.
Yeah, that's what it was originally.
It was okay, and they changed it to Coven of Chaos. Still going with that alliteration.
Yep.
Maybe they should have Agatha, Apartment of Apathy or something. Full A. Agatha. House, originally titled House of Harkness, yes. WandaVision spinoff. So, speculation time. Do you think they just decided to spin this off because of how popular her character was, or do you think this was planned?
Oh no, I think this was a popularity thing. This was one of those ones that somebody looked at it and goes, "Ooh, cash cow."
Agatha all along won some sort of Emmy or something, so boom, you get a spinoff. That's how that works.
Your theme song is good. You get a spinoff.
You tested through the roof on social media, and that really is good.
He was a good character. I mean, Hannah's fooled. Well,
I mean, Catherine Hahn, I find hilarious. I've seen it. Like, I remember her she had a role in New Girl as like a high-powered businesswoman, and she's just hilarious in that. So when I saw her in this, bringing that comedy angle to it was good. But she's a witch, so let's see the serious side of it as well. Showdown with her mother was pretty intense.
Does this take place before WandaVision or after WandaVision too?
Yeah, that's my
I'm
question.
curious about.
I would assume after, but could be before.
But they banished her.
Well, last we saw, Wanda just says, "You'll be right here if I need you." Or like locks her. So now potentially Wanda's dead. So maybe that undid the spell.
Or
yeah.
Who knows? Well, she's not dead. I'm just calling that one right now.
Okay. Well, as far as we know, she's dead.
But it could be that she goes back to Agatha for help with the, since she.
Well, that doesn't sound like
screwed up
a spin-off so much. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm just throwing ideas out there.
About that death, though, that might be one that's kind of sticking because that's how the Incursion storyline begins, with a Nexus being killed in all the universes, and Wanda is a Nexus being. That's how that started. So maybe that's how they're starting it.
I also thought, I'm thinking in the comics, or maybe somebody just threw a theory out there, that the Red Flash wasn't her dying, but that she was taken by King.
Maybe. Well, I mean, we don't know, though. You could say anything about that. Maybe that Red Flash was her teleporting away. Maybe that Red Flash was her dissolving into a little tiny bucket of red, and then that's anything could have happened because we didn't see it. So
yeah,
one speculation
is
so we don't know, but for all intents and purposes, she's dead until she's not. So Agatha's a versatile sorceress, could be good connective tissue between magic and demons.
Oh,
I need to finish Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. We're talking about stuff 2 years from now, so
sorry.
Better have been caught up to the present. Midnight Sun's not been announced, but if we're going R-rated stuff, they're bringing.
There's the trademark.
There's.
I don't know if it's for comics or if it's for media.
All of the stuff in Phase 6. There's only like 3 things in Phase 6 right now, so there's a whole lot of population that can take place in Phase 6.
Sometimes when you see it, it still didn't happen. Well, especially since she can control reality, but
I'm still waiting for him to come back.
But as soon as someone says, "Hey, by the way, Elizabeth Olsen's back,"
Shut up and take my money.
It's not. It's the same thing when they said, "Oh, we're bringing back Daredevil."
Shut up and take my money.
Yes, please.
This one's 18 episodes. Is that what they said for the first season?
Yes.
Yep. 18.
And is it gonna now? A lot of people have been asking, are they going to continue off of what was already done, or is this just kind of a soft reboot?
It's a continuation. They've said it's a continuation.
It is a continuation.
Yeah.
So it's going to maintain the TVMA rating. Is that the theory?
Well, you would hope. I mean, they've already got the Netflix series on there, so there's no reason not to.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with Kingpin coming back into this series, so.
That last little comment there is, yeah, far more violent and bloody than anything. Yeah, there you go.
We shall see.
We shall see.
I mean, it is coming after Blade and the Deadpool. I mean, 15-minute episodes. I doubt it. But also, I did feel that sometimes the Netflix episodes were a bit stretched. More in, I guess, the last season. But we'll see. 18 episodes. As long as they have a plan. That's weird.
General Grievous.
Yeah.
Hello there.
Yeah, I was shocked by the 18 episodes. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's a lot.
I'm excited.
It's like
are they going to be
it's
30
not
minutes or are they going to be an hour?
But it's not just apparently for this one, it's not going to be just a, okay, we're going to do WandaVision and it's going to have 6 episodes and we're done. We're not going to do any more WandaVision. This one is actually going to be a full on, okay, we've had full seasons of this already. We already know that it does well. So yes, we're going to give it a full, regular season. The big question would be, are they going to release it 1 episode a week over 18 weeks? Or are they just going to dump all 18 on there and say, go to town?
Or they do kind of like what Stranger Things did and do a beginning half and
drop partial.
Yeah, like
season.
a 9 and 9 or something like that. Which I can see them doing. Well, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. That's again spring 2024. So we're going to find out more about these things as time goes on. But it is just great to see this confirmed. Look. Deadpool, it's going to be Charlie Cox. It's going to be continuation, and we are making new episodes.
And it's going to be Vincent D'Onofrio. Can't go wrong.
And Vincent D'Onofrio, yes.
And not go wrong with him. He's amazing in everything.
Captain America, New World Order.
NWO.
So Sam Wilson, aka played by Anthony Mackie, is Captain America now. Eyebrow raising title. So New World Order. And that could have to do with
the series, I would think.
Yeah,
I would think
and
so too.
Fallout from Secret Invasion.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because Secret Invasion would have happened by then.
Yeah. So New World Order.
They're gonna bring Bucky back too.
Oh, I hope so.
Again, that's coming out in May 2024, so 2 years from now. Basically, what we know as of now, it's on the way. And Anthony Mackie is returning for his feature film.
Mm-hmm. Good for him. Good on him.
And who knows? Maybe we'll see U.S. Agent come back. I mean, I assume. Well, we're definitely going to see him come back.
Yeah.
Right there.
Boom. So also announced Thunderbolts. And that's coming out July, basically a year from today.
Oh, we got a lot of the cast.
Zemo's coming back.
Ghost is coming back. Yeah, I saw
Abomination.
Wow.
Tim Roth. John Walker. And that Taskmaster, which I
hope they improve upon that.
I wanted it to be the real Taskmaster, but we'll see. Who knows?
Yeah.
I would expect them to stick with this, but it's 2 years away, so.
And we could see a lot of these things like in post-credit scenes in any of the series coming out or any of the movies coming out.
If Abomination is part of it, you may see it as early as She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Well, he said he'd talk about casting another day. These are just possible candidates.
sports guy.
I'm just curious as what the hell they're going to talk about at D3, because I mean, they dumped a bunch of stuff for Comic-Con, so it's like September's coming up. What the hell are you going to talk about there?
Probably. Oh, what were you saying, Shaw?
There's an entire Phase 6 to talk about.
Yeah, you got an entire Phase 6. You have not touched. Okay, so Phase 6.
Look at that.
Is Fantastic Four. You've got. There was actually they've released the dates Kang Dynasty and
May 2nd, 2025.
Secret Wars.
November 7th.
Those in the same year, so we won't have to wait.
So you've got 3 of the however many there are for Phase 6. You haven't touched the X-Men yet. You haven't touched Deadpool yet, which I mean he kind of falls in with the X-Men, but again,
they could do so much with multiverse stuff in Deadpool and the X-Men.
All over the place. I actually watched, like I said, I watched Deadpool 2 just to watch it on Disney Plus, and man,
maybe they'll do the Deadpool corpse.
I'm still up in the air as to what the better cameo was. The cameo of all the X-Men and Deadpool.
You think the studio would throw us a bone? They can't just dust off one of the famous X-Men. How about that Potts with the giant pigeon wings? What do those do anyway, huh? Carry him 3 feet off the ground to snatch up the nearest muffin crumb? No.
either that one or what's his name in Free Guy? Chris Evans in Free Guy.
Chris Evans.
Who are you? I'm Batman.
He can do anything.
Right next to a huge steaming bowl of foreshadowing.
Wait, is that you?
Hey, it's me. Don't scratch. Just cleaning up the timelines.
Look, one day your old pal Wade's gonna ask you to get back in the saddle again. And when he does, say yes.
And you know that
That's
Disney,
what I'm waiting for.
As much as I would love for that to happen, to see Hugh Jackman just in a Deadpool movie with Ryan Reynolds, you know that Disney's also going to be pushing for that too, because they'll see the profit potential there. There's going to be pressure on him to take that role back up, more so than just Ryan Reynolds and all the fans. Like I know, like Logan was the perfect way for him to go out, but this would just be a great. It's like Logan can still be your exit. This is just Deadpool. Like it's
this
not,
could be a great buddy movie.
And I still like.
You remind me of my wife.
I'm sorry?
I said you remind me.
No, I'm sorry that you said that while making heavy eye contact and applying lip balm.
And I like him as Cable because they're also all the jokes like pump the hate brakes, Thanos. All the references that Deadpool could make because of being able to like break the fourth wall.
Is that a fanny pack? I used to have one of those in 1990. Never. Retrieving something from my utility bag.
It's a goddamn fanny pack, and you know it, you sick son of a bitch. The difference is night and day.
The best, right there.
And you like that one?
Night and day.
No.
Oh, you need the other line in there too. The
Al.
God, I miss cocaine.
Her. Fourth wall break inside a fourth wall break. That's like 16 walls.
You need the other one in there too. He's only 5'11", not like in the comics. He's very short.
Oh, I'm not one to be outdone. Wait, where is it?
Power dampening collar. Shuts down all mutant abilities. Can't get it off unless you've got a grenade.
Huh. Could have used one of those in the first act.
They keep a monster in the basement. Right next to a huge steaming bowl of foreshadowing.
This guy, Cavill, he's very short, 5'11", not like in the comics. And if we succeed, we all go home early.
So you use a device to slide through time. I got 2 charges, one to get me here, one to get me home.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Rumor says, rumor alert, Henry Cavill is Captain Britain.
I would not complain about that.
Of course not.
No.
You'd actually just hope Zeus would show up and flick him.
You flick too hard.
I love Henry. I think he's outside of Christopher Reeves. I think he's the best Superman.
I like George Reeves.
He was all right. I mean, that was TV, and Brandon Roth did a good job. I love Henry Cavill. Plus, I love him in The Witcher.
Full steam ahead. No. It took them a while to build up that steam for Fantastic Four. I would say that.
Yeah.
Marvel Studios is full steam ahead. That's why the release date is 2 years. It's woohoo! Lead villain Victor Von Doom. A Fantastic Four movie with Victor Von Doom as the main villain. Where could we go wrong? It's impossible to screw up.
So it's possible we could see him pop up anywhere.
Well, I know.
There was rumors he would pop up in Wakanda, that he's the real villain of Wakanda.
I was making fun of the Fantastic Four movies they already made with Victor Von Doom. Okay.
Victor Von Doom. Just so long as you don't put him in a silly mask and let him ride the silver surfboard around.
So, yeah, it looks like the Kang Dynasty is going to be similar to Infinity War in that it's going to be setting up Secret Wars.
In other words, take your kids, but expect them to walk out of the theater crying because somebody's gone.
Yep. And so, Secret Wars is a multiverse war that ends up with the destruction of two different universes, and then in its wake many of the variants are living in a post-apocalyptic planet called Battleworld. So speculation that happens in this paragraph is kind of like what David has been asking for, in that a reboot. You were saying should have had a reboot after Endgame.
Endgame, yep.
And it's looking like there could be some sort of reboot after this. Shah, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it seemed that way. I mean, that's what Secret Wars did. Combined what was good, got rid of every other universe, and then just restarted the multiverse.
And that could definitely be, especially since things are getting so cluttered, it would seem, in the MCU, it could be a time to do a reboot. And as David said, could have done it even earlier. So, yeah. That is basically the gist of what happened, my goodness, as far as the MCU is concerned, at the San Diego Comic-Con. And there is a purple RoboCop. All right. Woo! So, lots of exciting stuff on the horizon. Some of the big stuff like Fantastic Four feels like we've been waiting so long for that. It's still like 2 years away. But they're probably trying to make it. They're really going to try and nail that. So, especially with how popular Fantastic Four is, and Victor Von Doom just as a villain, and with Kang. I mean, you think about Multiverse War, you think about where Kang comes from, the Reed Richards connection, like that could have a big impact on the story that they're setting up. So, and we'll see, because, the way they do things, we might see some Fantastic Four before the actual Fantastic Four movie. Case in point, like Multiverse of Madness.
Well, Black Panther. Black Panther showed up in Black Panther and Spider-Man both popped up in Civil War before they had their own solo films. So
there's definitely
they
room
can
for that.
Pop up anywhere.
So we might not have to wait until the actual Fantastic Four movie to actually get some more Fantastic Four action.
They'll be in the She-Hulk.
I would like to see him in Wakanda Forever, or in some capacity, because I think that would be a great nod to the comics. But we'll see.
Then we
will see.
We got other stuff that's coming out, which wasn't on that timeline because I don't know. These shows don't really affect the timeline. We got I Am Groot, which comes out before She-Hulk. Then we got the season 2 of What If. Then we've got the X-Men 97 animated series. We got Marvel Zombies. We got Spider-Man Freshman Year. So yeah, there is.
There's
They didn't mention anything about Armor Wars.
No, and Armor Wars wasn't even on the timeline, which, of course,
and Deadpool 3 wasn't either, though. So
well, that could be something they announce in.
There's a lot of holes in Phase 6 that can be filled. So,
yeah.
Do you speak English? Because I can get a translator. I don't know. Have you been understanding everything I'm saying?
Very good, man.
Very good, man.
Very good.
You dig what I'm getting at here?
Слишком много говоришь.
I don't know if you know this, but I don't speak Russian!
Each set of drones is communicating in its own unique language.
We'll choose one and focus on that.
Have you tried Russian? Why don't you try Russian?
Bring back Sam Rockwell as Justin Hammer for Armor Wars.
What I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Come on, Kevin. We know you watch. Do us.
Are you gonna do this? Give me something here. You're like a sphinx. I can't read you.
I think I'll take it.
Yes. Yeah, so definitely that would be the best thing you could do for Armor Wars, in my opinion, is bring back Sam Rockwell. Anyway, guys, anything else to say? I know we just talked about a lot of different stuff. Is there anything else you wanted to leave people with before we get out of here? We'll be going for over an hour.
I just add to Debbie, What If season 2, but then they've already said we're going to go ahead and do season 3 as well. Mm-hmm. So there's already 2 more seasons of What If coming, which is great. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
No complaints about that either.
All right. So I think that's going to do it for us here tonight on MCU Mondays. I'd like to thank our guest, Mr. Shah, who is a member of the Geek News Now team, as well as the Geek Gauntlet podcast. Shah, when does the Geek Gauntlet podcast happen?
We stream every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. 10
p.m. Eastern for search the Geek Gauntlet. And, of course, thank you, David, for joining us, as you very often do. David, the host of Cantina Happy Hour, Thursday nights, 9:30 on Geek News Now, to talk about Star Wars. Debbie, I appreciate you being here as well, because you're also always on David's show, so working overtime. David, you were about to say something?
Yeah, we will not have a show this week. I'm going out of town. I'm leaving on Thursday, so I won't even be... Anyway, no show this week, but next week we'll be back. We're taking a break, taking a breather for the week.
All right, so no Cantina Happy Hour this week, but they'll be back next week with more Star Wars. Apparently, Paramount Plus, according to the Geek and I, has a new Owen Wilson Iron Man ripoff that looks good. I have to check that out. And anything with Owen Wilson, I'll check out. And ripping off Iron Man, well, you couldn't pick a better movie to rip off. Anyway, that's it for us here on MCU Mondays. We'll see you next Monday at 9:30 Eastern to talk about more MCU stuff.
Shit! Language.
Wait a second. No one else is going to deal with the fact that Cap just said language? Just slipped out.
Find the scepter.
And for gosh sake, watch your language.
That's not going away anytime soon.
You bet your ass.
Steve, you said a bad language word.
Did you tell everyone about
The
that?
Hedos imprint.
Out with the platinum bastard.
Steve doesn't like that kind of talk.
You know what, Romanoff?